Leonard Ellerbe says here, April the 1st, on his Twitter account. As a matter of fact, let me retweet this shit so I can have it for my records. I'll say what others won't. People of color and women are not afforded the same support or the same evaluation system as that of others. The reality is people like Floyd, and he used Floyd as an example. He used Al Haymon as an example. He used Stephen Espinosa as an example, and himself are held to a different standard in boxing. And it's very unfortunate. Stay woke. The only thing that people are saying, Mr. Ellerbe, is that, hey, man, listen, man, you know, we feel, the fans, and the fans have a right to have their opinion, whether you agree with it or not is irrelevant. The only thing that people are saying is, look here, man, as it relates to Tank, man, we feel like he should be fighting better opposition. This is the only thing that the guy was saying on Twitter, but you had to have a woke moment. You became woke. Had to have a woke moment, right? Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. It says that a promoter could be one of the most important figures in sports history, gives a clue to the nature of his position. Let's continue. A promoter is not a manager. There's a huge difference between the two. The manager's job is to look out for the interests of the boxer. The promoter's job is to look out for the interests of the promoter. The manager's job is to look out for the best interests of the fighter. The promoter's job is to look out for the best interests of the promoter. Let's stop right there. So the promoter is always going to look out for their best interests, i.e., if it's better for us to have in-house fights, this is why we're going to have in-house fights. You're receiving criticism because of the in-house fights, sir, because the in-house fighters that you have in your stable are C-class fighters at best. C-class. B- at best. And you're saying that this guy is this mega superstar that you have, our good young brother, Gervonta Tank Davis. You're saying he's this mega superstar, but he's not fighting mega superstar type talent. So the people are just talking about that. But you had to be the woke revolutionary. So you know, if Leonard feels like, hey man, if I can make this fight right here, but my profit margin may not be that much. So why should I make this fight right here where I gotta pair Tank up with one of these top other fighters in the 135-pound division that I would have to spend more money on in order to make it happen? Why would I do that? It may cut into my profit margin when I can take a Rolly Romero, a guy who has 14 fights, he's in-house, he has 12 knockouts, he doesn't have nowhere near the boxing skill that Tank Davis has, but we're gonna match Tank up with him. But not only that, here's the kicker. Not only are we gonna match Tank Davis up with this guy who has 14 professional fights, but we're gonna put it pay-per-view. So when you go pay-per-view, you're asking the fans to financially support the fight so that you can pay the fighters. You're asking the fans that, this is where the money is going to come from. Now, when you ask the fans to pay for a fight that they do not deem as worthy of paying for, then when the fans complain about what you're asking us to do, you have a problem saying that, hey, man, we held to a different standard. No. You're not held to a different standard. You held to the same goddamn standard. If you put on a garbage-ass fight, you put on a garbage-ass fight. You're not going to defecate on my plate and tell me it's meatloaf. Doesn't work that way, Leonard. Leonard Ellerbe is looking out for himself. Understandably so. Most promoters, that is the job of a promoter. If I can pay you peanuts, sell this to the public as being caviar when I know it's pork chop soup, and get them to put the money up for it, I'm going to take a large chunk of that bread and and make it do what it do on the other end. Y'all get y'all money on the back end or whatever. However they work that out. Okay, however they work that out. You see what I'm saying? So this is the problem. This is why you ain't seeing Tank fighting these other guys. Leonard says he's on record. I'm not paying those guys. Those guys making too much money. Why would I pay Devin Haney all of that money? He's making a lot of money with the Zone and Matchroom. We're not going to pay him that. He has to be realistic. Tank is a star. That's what he say, right? The reality is people like Floyd, Al, Stephen, so Floyd Mayweather, Al Haymon, Stephen Espinosa, and himself, Leonard Ellerbe, are held to a different standard in boxing. Let's start right there. They're held to a different standard in boxing. What standard are you being held to that's different, Leonard? Let's see. Let's go here. Oh, finna body this shit right here today. Let's go here. We'll go there next. No, we're not. Yeah, we'll go there next. I told you, if these guys did not have a double standard, they would not have a standard at all. I tell you guys all the time, when you have people who are in a certain tax bracket that make a certain amount of money, irregardless of what their skin color is, you see what I'm saying? These guys are elites. They are in an elite class that most people will never be able to afford to be in. Leonard Ellerbe is in an elite class because of his multimillionaire status. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not even crying about it. I'm not even complaining about it. Get your money, baby. Floyd Mayweather, Al Haymon, Stephen Espinosa, the guys who Leonard Ellerbe used as an example are a part of an elite class of millionaires. This ain't no people of color moment. No, you guys are in an elite class of millionaires. And I'm not upset about Stephen Espinosa getting his bread. I'm not upset about Al Haymon, Floyd Mayweather, or Leonard Ellerbe getting his bread. I'm not upset about that. What I don't like is how you try to manipulate the situation by trying to make it fit your narrative. They try to pull the heartstrings of people who look like you. And the guys that you used is what tripped me out. He say people of color and women are held to are not afforded the same support or the same evaluation system as others. The reality is people like Floyd Mayweather, Al Haymon, Stephen Espinosa, and myself are held to a different standard in boxing. What kind of different standard are you talking about, sir? Like, what is the different standard that you talking about, Leonard? I'm trying to figure this out. You guys were breaking all types of records. Breaking all types of records. What different standard? I'm trying to figure this out. What is the different standard? You guys have broke records in boxing. As a matter of fact, some would even say that you guys set the standard. Stephen Espinosa, Al Haymon, Floyd Mayweather, you guys set the standard. So what the hell are you talking about? And what does this have to do with Tank Davis? Because you putting on garbage fights and you want people to pay $80 for them. What does it have to do with that? Nothing. But then you tried to have a woke moment, and then you wanted to get all play the race card on this shit. Listen, there's nobody in it. You can arguably say that between Floyd Mayweather, Stephen Espinosa, and Al Haymon, there's no one that has been more successful than them. People of color. There's nobody that's been more successful than them in that run, in that short run, in that Floyd Mayweather run they had from Oscar De La Hoya on up until when Floyd retired. You set the bar. Now you want to come back and play victim? No. No. The question I have is this. Did that double standard and that victimhood mentality that you're trying to come with, Leonard, did that stop Waddel Reed from investing over $500 million into Al Haymon's company, the PBC? What kind of double standard did you go through, did Al Haymon had to go through? What kind of double standard he had to go through? And that stopped him from receiving over $500 million from Waddel Reed. Waddel Reed. An all-white company. So explain to me, sir, what was the double standard? Why Waddel Reed and say, oh man, you know what, man? He's a person of color. We're not going to invest our money into this black guy who wants to start this company to revolutionize boxing. They didn't say that. They probably had a vote and say, yeah, we're going to invest money into this black man's idea. Wakanda. They created Wakanda. So for all you people who pushing this PBC stuff, Waddel Reed created the PBC. Yes. If it wasn't for those white dollars, you would not have a PBC. And his skin color did not stop him from getting the money. So what are you talking about? Wakanda forever. True. Some people look at Al Haymon as the savior. And to this day, you have some diehard Al Haymon fanboys that will attack you, threaten you, and PBC ass kissers that will attack you, threaten you if you criticize anything PBC. I don't blow your Wakanda narrative up. I don't blow it up. But Leonard, I just don't, and if you listen to this show, I have not said one thing bad about Leonard Ellerbe. I have not said one thing bad about Al Haymon, because I know these dudes, they so effeminized and emotional. Oh man, there he go, he cooning, he talking bad about the brothers. I ain't said one thing bad about Al Haymon, Floyd Mayweather, or Stephen Espinosa and Leonard Ellebre. I have not said one thing bad about them. Go back and listen to this show. Haven't said one thing bad about them.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go. Come on.